In the previous video, we were mocking our repository and we were setting up this method, get all books async method. There was no parameter in this method. But what will happen if there are some parameters in this method? Then how do we handle that? Let's talk about that in this video. Remember that in this controller, the books controller that we are having, there is one method which is this get book by ID, this one. Here we will pass one ID. Based on that, we will call this method get book by ID async method. We will pass the same ID and we will get the book. If there is no book, then we will get this not found. If there is the book, then we will return the actual book over here. Let's talk about how to handle this scenario in the unit test case. And remember, for one single method, we can write multiple unit test cases. So for this one, we can write multiple unit test cases. First one could be that it must return a valid data if the correct ID is passed. Second unit test case could be it must return the not found if the wrong ID is passed. So based on that, we can write several unit test cases. First, let's start with the happy one. So here I'm writing my second unit test case over here. So this is my template. We'll have to mock it again. So let's just copy this line that we were having earlier. I'm doing it over here, same line. Then we'll have to set up our method. And how do we set up? We will use this. This time we have to use the get book by ID async method. And over here we have to pass some ID. So let's say I'm passing the 1 over here. And we have to use the latest way. This is the old way. We don't have to use the return async. We can simply use the result over here and simply use this returns keyword. And at this place, we will get only one single book like that. Let's just use the controller, and this is my controller like this now. Now I will be calling the getBook method and I have to write the assert methods like that. This concept we have already covered in the previous video, that why we have to convert this data to this is type. Once it is done, then we can simply check that the title must be this book 1 and we have to pass that data over here, otherwise we will not get the proper data. So let's just set this return type also. So book. So here I'm writing this book output is equals to this. And at this place, instead of returning this new book, we can simply return the actual data that we are expecting, which is the output. Like that. So this is my simplest unit test case, and here I'm writing the fact. We can improve these things like this. Okay, so now what we have, we are mocking the same service again. We are setting up this method that if we are passing the ID 1, then it must return this output. So this is the output. Then what we are having, we are getting the instance of this books controller and we are passing this mock instance for this service. Then we are calling the getBook method with the same ID, which is 1. Remember that we have done the setup for this method by using the same ID, which is 1. And then again, we are getting the data, checking the type, assigning the value, and then we are checking it. Let's just run it and ultimately it should work first. So you can see that this method, this is our method, and this one is working fine this time. All right. Now what will happen if I'm passing 2 over here? So let's just run it again and see what will happen. Remember that this time it is failing. Here you can see that value is not exact type. Okay, this time we are getting not found result. Why we are getting this not found result? We have already done the setup for this method. Let's quickly have a look on this controller method again. So if the ID is not there, then we will get this not found. And in this case, we are getting the not found. So we did the setup only for this ID 1. We never did the setup for this ID 2. So it means if I will just rewrite this line again and do it for 2, ID 2, let's see how this will work this time. This time you can notice that this method is successful and it is working fine. We can also set up our method multiple times for some specific parameters. But if you will do it for several other parameters, then you will have to write this line so many times. Is there any better way to handle these parameters? Yes, there is. Over here, we have to use some any methods. Let me tell you what is that any method. So you have to use this it dot, and now you will see there are so many methods. First, we will start with the simplest one, which is going to be isAny. In this isAny, we have to provide what could be the type of our parameter. So what we are doing now, we are setting up this method for any valid integer value. Even if you pass 1, 2, 3, whatever number you will pass, For all of them, you will get the same return type. Let's just run it. See, we are getting this success over here. It is working fine. Okay, now let's test for some other data also. I'm writing it only for 20. Run it. You will notice that this is working fine. But what will happen if I want to test it only for, let's say, all the values that are greater than 10 or greater than 5? Then what will happen? In that case, we have to use simply is. And in this is, we have to use the lambda expressions. So what I'm doing this time, instead of using that is.Any, I'm using the is method, and here I'm providing the type that this is going to be integer, and here I'm setting up the condition that the parameter must be greater than 10. If it is greater than 10, then the return should be this, otherwise the return must be the default value. And here I'm passing 20. Let's run it and see how this will work. This is successful, working fine. But what if I'm passing only 2 over here, which is less than 10? Run it again and see what will happen. You will notice that it is failing. We are not getting this value over here. This is how we have to handle it. There are some other methods also. So you can notice that is.IsInRange, is not in, is not null, regex. You can use any one of them to set up your data. If let's say you are using this range, and in this range you will have to provide two parameters, the minimum value and the maximum value. If your parameter is in between them, then only this will work, otherwise it will not work. If the type of your parameter is something else, then you have to pass that same thing over here. Now what will happen if the method is expecting two parameters? So over here you will have to provide a comma and then pass the second logic over here, and again you can write it.IsAny like that. So based on number of parameters that you have in your method, you can set all these things over here. If you are also passing the cancellation token, see, we also have the definition for this cancellation token over here, it.IsAny cancellation token. This will also work. This is how you have to handle different parameters in your mocking. That is all in this video. I hope the concept is clear and you are enjoying this course. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.